Today we'll be taking a look at the new Shadow Paladin deck from the upcoming Clan Selection Volume 1. For the Japanese version is VSS09. So today we're featuring the Witch deck from Shadow Paladin. First of all, we'll start with the Grade 3. So we have Fianna. Activate once per turn, counterblast 1, retire 2 rear guards. And from your deck, search from your hand or deck, call up to 1 farm, which is the Grade 2, the Legion partner, onto a rearguard circle. If you search your deck, shuffle the deck, and during this turn, the circle that you called it onto will be treated as a Vanguard circle. And continuous, during your turn, for each of your opponents' Grade 0 rearguard, all your Vanguard get power plus 5k. Right, this deck works very well against Neon Nectar, as tokens are normally Grade 0, unless it's Asha token. Right, so for farm, as a Vanguard, once per turn, you can Soul Blast 1. Your opponent choose up to 2 Grade 0 unit from the drop zone. Call them on top of a rearguard circle with Grade 1 and above. And if your opponent caught nothing during this turn, this unit get drive plus 1. So with this combination, you can actually have 2 twin drive in a single turn. Next, we have the new support, R, Witch. So reduce the counterblast needed by 1 for each of your opponent's Grade 0 rearguard. Enters the field, counterblast 2. From your drop zone, choose a Grade 2 and above. Return it back to the bottom deck. If you do so, draw 1. So it actually helps you to recycle your pieces that you need. Next, we are playing the Superior Right engine for Phantom Blaster Dragon. And as for the key units, we actually have Neman to pull out the Superior Core engine. For Grade 2, we are playing Maha, but most players will actually replace it with Layer 4. Since for Counter Plus 1, this actually called from the deck, while this called from the hand. But the difference for that is I actually get to draw 1 and this unit get power plus 5k, which is pretty important for this deck, since we reduce the amount of draw triggers, so I would like to draw as much as I can. Next, we have Charon. So it actually combos with Masha so that I can Soul Blast 1 to counter charge 1 to make it a free cost, and this unit get power plus 3k. So we're playing 2 of them. You can actually go for 3 copy. And next we actually have Tear Out. Right, so when it enters the field by card effect, you can soul charge 1. Since we use up a lot of soul for from farm, and early game when we were testing this deck, actually I ran out of soul pretty fast, so we added 3 of them. And next I have the Sword Breaker, which most players will actually replace it with Abyssal Hour. Right, the only reason why I'm playing this is because when it calls off from the hand, I can actually plus the 5k if I counter blast 1. Or you can actually want to save for counter blast, you can just play for the Abyssal Hour, or you can actually go for 2-2. Right, that actually works. And another card that actually goes well in the deck would be Brahmin, the Great Tree Searcher. And as for the trigger, we previously tested with 12 crit, but we have some issue with guarding, so we added 2 draw. That's the reason why we go for more units with ability to draw. Alright, so we will take a look at the gameplay after the turn of Superior Right. So this is the next turn. So at the start of turn, I will draw 1. I'll write onto Fianna. So by doing so, I get 1 more force marker here. And next, rest Skull Witch. Try for most of the time we'll just search for another matcha here, like this. Right, next we will call Neman. Call plus 1. From your hand, call up to 1. Draw 1. During this turn, this unit get power plus 5k. Enter by card effect, so charge 1. Next, we activate Fianna's effect, color plus 1. Retire 2 rear guards. From your hand or from your deck, call up to 1 of the grade 2. After that, we will trigger her effect. So Soul Blast 1. Right, your opponent will call up to 2 grade 0 from the drop onto their grade 1. If no unit was caught, it get drive plus 1. So at this point of time, most of the time your opponent will not have any grade 0 in the drop. So actually she get drive plus 1, like this. Right, so after that we will go for the attack. So twin drive, heal trigger, thank you to the Vanguard. Next, this will be 33k. Another twin drive, nothing. And this is 20k Vanguard. So that's the end of the turn. So let's say we were to take 2 damage during this turn. And we will try to guard a bit. Right, so the start of the new turn. Stand and draw. Right, so once again, name 1. We try to filter as much as we can. Then Fianna, counter plus 1. Retire 2 unit. From your deck or your hand, call out the grade 2. Right, so we'll Soul plus 1 for her. So most probably your opponent will have at least 1 to 2 grade 0 at this point of time. So let's say we go for 2 of them. So if there's 2, you get power plus 10k each. This will be a single drive. Counter plus 1. Call up to 1. Charon. So after that we get to draw 1. Power plus 5k. Charon's effect. Soul plus 1 again. During counter charge 1. During this turn, this unit get power plus 3k. So since we opponent caught grade 2 grade 0, so the cost is technically free. So you can return 1 grade 2 and above, go back to bottom deck. And we get to draw 1. Right, so currently my hand is 8. So this is a single drive. Next, Vanguard, twin drive. Critical plus 10. And the last row. Right, so that's the basic gameplay. But this deck have certain weakness, such as when testing, we actually face a few opponents where they do not have a lot of grade 0, or they do not have field, so that I cannot replace their field. So thanks to that, this effect actually cannot pull off unless I counter +2, which is a bit heavy. But other than that, this is the basic gameplay for the upcoming Witch from Shadow Paladin.